Hello and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews and a lovely, cloudy, cool day out here on the range. Today is Good Friday and I'm out here at the range testing out my Smith & Wesson SD9 2.0 as it compares to the SD9VE and the SW9VE as well. Now I did a video just last week where I put a MCARBO sear spring in this. This does have a Apex spring kit as well, which again is the trigger return spring and the striker block spring in this guy, so I'm interested to see how that works now. Also, the SD9VE has a Apex trigger return spring and striker block in it, striker block spring I should say, and the SD9 2.0 is factory out of the box. I want to get an understanding on how the trigger compares to the other two, if I can shoot it better or worse. So I have various targets set up here at the range. I'm going to start off my shooting today at 21 feet, 7 yards, and I'm going to do some accuracy shooting, see how good I can do with the SD9 2.0, with the SD9VE, and with the SW9VE. And then I have some targets also set up at about 35 feet and 45 feet, so I can do some additional target shooting with some steel clangers. Alright, so getting started, I finally have my two cameras set up here again today. I have some new tripods. I'm hoping the one that my phone is on doesn't tip over because it's really not that stable. When you see a description on Amazon, something like super stable, ultra good camera, phone, you know, selfie stick tripod, usually it means they're crap, but it was 18 bucks, I wanted to give it a shot. Again, I'm not made of money, and this channel does cost a lot to run despite what people think. So actually, let's start off with the SD9 2.0 first, and I'm just using some regular 115 grain, I think it's Federal Champion round nose. I'm going to start off at the target at 7 yards, aiming right at the center, and let's see what we can do for accuracy here. I flinched on that last one. Well, I'm going to tell you, it didn't lock back on the last round for some reason, but right out of the box, the SD9 2.0 definitely has the best trigger out of the three of these guns. That was, I think, 15 rounds or 16 rounds right at the center of it. Pretty good target for me. So I'm going to switch over and go to the SD9VE now. We'll do the same thing, and let's see what the target looks like again at 7 yards. Well, I would say the accuracy on that is about equal, if not a little bit better. I still shoot the SD9VE really, really well. So let's move on now to the SW9VE and see what I can get out of accuracy now that this has a better spring kit in it. Way, way, way better. So going back to a little bit of accuracy shooting, I'm going to start off with the SD9 2.0 in the top left target. I'll do the SD9VE in the middle target on the bottom, and I'll do the SW9VE in the top right target, and let's see what we can do for accuracy. I have 10 rounds of Winchester service grade. I believe these are 115 grain flat nose. I had some issues with these in a couple of my firearms because they seem to have a little bit harder primers. I believe these are like military grade ammo, whatever the heck that means, but I'm gonna see what I can do for accuracy. Again, starting off with the SD9 2.0, top left target. Not great. Acceptable, but not great. Bottom target with the SD9VE.
This ammo tends to have some harder primers, so I'm going to stick that round back in the magazine. It was a decent primer strike, but not enough to make it go off, so let's try it again. Nope. It would seem that this round may be a dud. I'm going to try it one more time.
It would appear that my SD9VE does not like this Winchester duty grade or service grade ammo at all. Yeah. So maybe I need a stronger firing pin spring or striker spring in this. It does look like it has very soft primer strikes, but knowing this gun, I know that it's the ammo. I'll switch over to some Federal, or actually this is Winchester White Box, 115 grain round nose. I'll put a few of these on target and you'll see it's not the gun, it's the ammo. Oh, wait a minute. I may have a problem with this gun now. That is very interesting. I may have to put a new striker spring in this. I do have a lot of rounds through this gun, and I mean hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds through this gun. Let's go with the SW9VE. Three guns, I think the accuracy is pretty much consistent. If I slow down a little bit, I'll put some more on the target for the SD9 2.0 and see how I can do. That's a little better. So this was the target for the SD9 2.0. The group is a little bit big on the first magazine. I tightened it up a bit on the second magazine I shot. And, you know, again, 7 yards, I was shooting probably a little bit too fast, wasn't really taking my time. But if I look at the SD9VE, even though I had issues with the striker not hitting every single round hard enough to make them go off, which now I think I'm going to have to change the striker spring in that. But that group, roughly about the same size as what I had for the 2.0. And then the SW9VE, that group is way better than the last time I was out here. I'm not pulling them down and right or down and left anymore because I understand how to pull the trigger now, and the trigger pull is significantly better. Go back to my previous video, you can see the new trigger weight after putting in the MCARBO sear spring and the Apex trigger spring and the Apex striker block spring. So pretty good overall results with that. All three of these guns I think are fantastic. They're still, I mean, $250 I paid for the SW9VE. I think when I bought my SD9VE, I probably paid between $175 and $225. I don't remember. That was quite a few years ago. And then the SD9 2.0, it was $299. Sometimes you can get them, actually, yeah, $299. Sometimes you can get them probably a little bit cheaper than that. They may have rebates coming out at some point, but all three of these I can shoot very well, pretty consistent with them, so I'm very happy with them. So thanks again for watching another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews and another edition of budget Smith & Wesson blasters from the Sigma series. I'm still keeping my eye out for an SW9F, the original version of the Sigma. There are some around, but I'm just going to keep my eye out until one pops up locally. I know if it shows up in a local shop, it's going to end up being fairly cheap. So I don't see the point in spending, you know, $350, $400 to get one to my house, get it registered, get it transferred and things like that. I'd rather just wait till I find one locally so that I can buy it and use it. But once again, the Smith & Wesson SD9 2.0 trigger's pretty good on it, and I can shoot it pretty accurately.